Ask Dan Schneider. Josie writes me and asks me, Dan, if you could trade your talent for one other artist in any field, who would it be and why? Well, this is one of those, what if sort of questions. My immediate, because I think Jessica is the greatest writer that I've ever read outside of myself. Of course, people would say, well, you're just not only arrogant about yourself, but you're arrogant about your wife, and you're just choosing her because she's married to you. But if you were to lay out the quality, quantity, and diversity of an artist, Jessica is next to me. I mean, she wrote maybe 30 to 40 great poems. So she would be a great poet in her own right. She's also written probably more great novels than anyone, including myself, although they're not as long as my greatest novels. Um, she also wrote some good short stories. So she has the most diversity of any artist that I know. If I limit it to just artists that are known, well, you could put in an Orson Welles as someone I wouldn't mind if I was a film director, or a Stanley Kubrick, although I'd be more prolific than either of them, hopefully. Wells because of lack of money, and Kubrick just because of his idiosyncrasies. Um, as far as other writers, other than Jessica, certainly I wouldn't have minded being Whitman in his poetic heyday, but that was only 10, 12 years. I already had a longer heyday in my own 10, 12-year run as a great poet from 93 to '05. It's a difficult question, if I was a painter, there are probably a dozen painters. I wouldn't mind being Picasso in terms of talent. Uh, Magritte. Another poet would be Wallace Stevens or Hart Crane, but again, they have a relatively limited output. Um, Photography, dance, music. I guess if I didn't have writing talent, I would have ended up a musician. Um, I could have seen myself being one of the great rock musicians. Certainly, I wasn't interested in classical music. If I go outside of the arts, I could have been a great mathematician. There's no one I know who has a better ability to see patterns and explicate them and exploit those patterns for gain, in a sense. Mathematics, though, just bores the hell out of me. Art is so much more deep and interesting and creative. So it's a tough question. I can't really answer it greatly in that sense. But again, I want to thank you for the question.